Day cheap movie.
Yeah.
I might go see. I was gonna go see Freakier Friday, but only if my appointment at the car dealership goes smoothly.
What's up with the car?
Just needs to go get checked.
Okay.
We're at like 150,000 miles.
I didn't say anything because if I had a car this I would roll. But there was a light on in your car.
Oh, that
like
light's been on for over a year. They checked that light, and there was nothing to do with that light. It's a tire pressure light.
Okay.
And I've filled up the tire pressure, and they've looked at it, and so it's one of those things where sometimes your car just decides to have a light on it. It's like Christmas every day in my car.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm taking it in. I'm really nervous. I'm taking my car to the dealership, and Chris has an HOA meeting tonight. It could be a very expensive day in our household.
No. Can we move off of the topic of grown-up stuff?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Sure.
Where you come from, what time does the movie theater open on like a Saturday?
Don't even get me started on this. Growing up, the first movie was at like 10:30.
Come on, man.
As it should be.
That's where it was where I
As
was
God
at.
intended.
Why I got to wait till noon 30
Not
on
even
a
noon
Saturday?
30. 2.
2 down here. Yeah, this theater down here, I'm not sure
Like,
what
what are
their
you
plan
doing?
is. I don't know what the plan is down here.
Well, it's a Wallace theater.
But
we have babies.
The Diso, that one was, we wanted to see a movie.
Yeah,
I was
the
like,
Diso's even like 1.
Let me get something at like 11. It's like, no, you can come at 12:45 and like it. It's like, good grief.
Yeah.
Why? It would be nice if this theater down here was on and ready to go on a random Tuesday
It
at
sure
like
would.
1. That would be great for my life.
Noon would be awesome. I'd go.
I don't wanna-
Me, and Bennett Doyle would single-handedly
be in
give them
there.
regular business.
We'd be in
And they
there.
could just do it on a Tuesday when it's cheap.
Yeah. Whatever. What was the song?
Be prepared from the Lion King.
I'm not writing that down. That's a great villain song.
Be prepared.
Top what villain song? Disney
Off the top of my
wise?
head, I'm willing to say top 7.
Top 7. Who's ahead of it?
Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Okay.
Um,
Mother Knows Best?
Oogie Boogie song.
Okay.
Gaston.
Okay.
Okay, I'm willing to say 5.
You saying 5?
It's a great song.
All
Cruella DeVille. Cruella DeVille's up there as well. What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, August 12th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, we ended up in the Diana Taurasi documentary. What? Can't wait to talk about that. I'll tell you the experience of finding out last night, along with the first AP Top 25 of the college football season dropped, the Athletics quarterback tiers dropped, and Taylor Swift is releasing a new album. And we could get the most viewed podcast of all time when she appears on New Heights tomorrow. We'll get into all of that. Mike Wallace is going to join us. We have some NBA schedule news today. Rest of the schedule coming out later this week. We'll get some predictions on what it could look like for the Grizzlies. We will end with some TV Tuesday, what we're watching. I'm watching the Yogurt Store Murder documentary. It's crazy. The first 2 episodes are out on HBO Max. It's a wild time. Everybody should join me on it. It's Tuesday. You know what we say. Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift. Please shoot us into the algorithm, Taylor Swift.
You trying to get in that Taylor Swift documentary?
Goals.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Going through the draft process the first time, they give you the answers to the test. Like, this is what you need to work on. This is what you do well.
They told you.
Yeah, like they tell you.
Here's what, if you want to get drafted, here's what needs to happen.
Yeah, they tell you. So it's like, if you're not listening, it'll go right over your head. But for me, I made sure to soak up all information and everything possible so I can give myself the best shot.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom, takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Let's check the over-under totals. Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5.
I love Ole Miss over the 8.5. I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're gonna, Ole Miss, they're gonna lose to Arkansas week 3.
But they could go 9-3. Like Ole Miss winning 10 games
they always
is always
pull some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're gonna lose at Kentucky week 2.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own a day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I hope you are having a great start to the week. Lots to get into today. Some college football talk, some NFL talk. Mike Wallace will join us to talk a little NBA scheduling. But first, CJ, I'm a little sleepy today. I'm a little sleepy because I was up late. I only slept 4 hours last night. Surprisingly, I had a really weird day just all around yesterday. And I wanted to watch something good on television at night, as I do every night. So Chris and I were watching our nightly episode of TV, and it was supposed to be the second to last episode of season 2 of The Leftovers, when suddenly they hit us with a plot twist so good that I was like, what is a bedtime? I don't know what a bedtime is. I'm going to stay up and I'm going to watch the next episode. I have not had a plot twist that good in a television show in a long time, and considering this show came out in the first season came out in 2014, so I think the second season came out in 2016. We don't make them like this anymore, but I was like, all right, fine, we'll just watch one more episode. So it's like 10 p.m., and I'm embarking on another episode of TV, which is not a good place to start. And so we start the episode, and my phone goes off next to me, and it's one of my best friends from home in Denver, and I don't look at the text because I'm in the middle of a very important TV show. But then my phone goes off 2 more times, and she's texted me 3 times. And I'm like, this is kind of odd. And she's a new mom. So I think, well, maybe she's either sending me pictures of her baby. It's at night. Maybe she's bored, or maybe she needs someone to talk to. And I should really look at these texts. And so I tell Chris, I'm like, hold up one second. Let me just see what Brooke wants. And I open my phone, and my eyes go to the first message of the 3. And the first message says, are you really featured in the Diana Taurasi documentary talking shit about her? And my heart goes to my throat and threatens to be thrown up because I'm like, what? No? Unfamiliar. One, I love Diana Taurasi, so why would I be in a Diana Taurasi documentary talking shit about her? 2, Why has nobody told me? This documentary's been out for a few days at this point. It's the new Taurasi documentary on Amazon Prime. There's 3 episodes, and I haven't seen it, so this text makes no sense to me. So I go to the next text in line, and then she goes, in quotes, "She's a shit starter. Jesse, I'm dying." And so I have no context so far.
I remember it.
And I'm like, somebody in this quote is saying is Diana Taurasi saying this about me? Is she calling me? That would be horrific. Oh my God, what would I do? How would I function? Or am I describing, and like you just said, you remember that, and I have like a vague, we talk every day.
But that was
for hours.
She retired and we were singing her praises. And one of the things I thought you said you liked about her was that she was a shit starter.
That would make sense. But I actually think this was in reference to, we'll get there.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right. Okay.
So I see those 2 texts, and then there's a video clip.
Oh.
So thankfully, this has been clipped off for me. And I have now sent the clip to us. So everybody can see the short clip. I don't know what the rights are. So this is just a friend recording it off of a TV, and it's like 2 seconds. So be cool about it.
Be cool about it.
This is CJ and my... I made Diana Taurasi laugh. That's what I took from it. My first reading was, it makes me laugh. I am the person speaking before Diana Taurasi says it makes me laugh. Can we play that one more time? Just one more time for the people, please. One more time. Oh my God. 1, my documentary debut is me saying she's a shit starter. Oh. What? 2, I made Diana Taurasi laugh. 3, what the hell is going on? So we're in the middle. What we now find out is the Leftovers season 2 finale. So it's a really important episode of TV, but my brain is elsewhere. I'm trying to figure out what the context is. I have this like 2-second clip, and I don't know where it is, and I don't know what's being talked about, and I don't know if there's more of us. Now I'm getting greedy. I'm like, is our whole show featured? Is there like a Jessica Benson show with CJ Hurt intro? Do they have our names? Is it anywhere? Am I gonna be credited? Because Amazon Prime, I wish every other streaming service did this, but like when you pause, it says who's on the screen.
Does it?
When it's from the, like if I paused it during that documentary, it would say like Diana Taurasi. Or if you paused it during, like, Kate Fagans is interviewed in the documentary, and it says, like, Kate Fagans. It does not say Jessica Benson and CJ Hurt, and I'm very upset about that. But I go back to the episode of The Leftovers because I'm determined to figure out what's happening there. But my brain is absolutely floating elsewhere, trying to think, why on earth are we even that briefly a part of the Diana Taurasi documentary? So then I start skimming through every episode. Because I texted my friend back and I was like, can you give me a time code? And she's like, well, actually, another mutual friend sent it to her and she sent it to me. And so she wasn't watching the documentary herself. And then she messaged the original friend and that friend stopped answering. So she was like, well, maybe she fell asleep. And I'm like, fell asleep? These are important mysteries to discover on a Monday night. So I start going one by one. I'm trying to see the interview shot of Diana Taurasi that was used in that clip because she was obviously interviewed countless times for the documentary. So I'm painstakingly going through. And I go through episode 1. I go through episode 2. I get 2 minutes into episode 3. I'm like, jackpot. This is the one. And I start going through it. And sure enough, it is a segment that starts with a reporter saying that Diana Taurasi is going to do things her way, and she's been pretty unapologetic about it. And then cue a clip of Diana Taurasi giving double birds to the camera, and her talking about people who hate, who don't know what they're talking about. That goes into a clip of Kelsey Plum. So now I'm in a Diana Taurasi documentary following an interview with Kelsey Plum, where she was on a podcast talking about how Diana Taurasi is the best shit talker in the league. And then that goes to a clip of Diana Taurasi getting ejected from a game for arguing with officials. And so it is the argument with officials that leads into us, and by us, I mean you standing there and me saying, she's a shit talker. And then that goes into Diana Taurasi saying, it makes me laugh. And that's our documentary debut.
You're a part of WNBA lore now.
Am I?
Yeah.
I just want to be perfectly clear. Diana, if you're watching.
She is.
It was complimentary. It was a compliment. I feel like my words have been skewed into being one of the people coming for Diana Taurasi. But I value Diana Taurasi, one of the greatest, not just women's basketball players of all time, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and one of the greatest shit talkers of all time. That's respect.
Diana, I think she had you outside her top 5.
No, I didn't. I did not. Did I? Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Now be careful.
No.
Be careful. Whoever you move out next, you'll be in that documentary also.
The chat is calling me Jessica Bayless. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want any association with that.
You gotta get ripped now.
What do you mean get ripped? I'm already here.
You know what I mean. You gotta get ripped. What are you talking about?
But this is so terrifying because when you come for somebody, not come for somebody, but you're associated with saying like she's a shit starter, and the whole segment is based on her being one of the greatest. I've said shit 700 times to start this episode, but one of the greatest to do it of all time. I don't want that ish talking to come to me.
Why?
I'm not built for it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not built to be taken down by a goat. I'm not built to be taken down by Diana Taurasi. I want to be one with Diana Taurasi. I want to celebrate Diana Taurasi. Anyway, I think they used my voice like 30 seconds later. I've not watched the whole documentary because otherwise I wouldn't have slept last night. But 30 seconds later, I'm pretty sure that it's my voice calling her a bona fide hater. And then it goes.
Why did
and then
they
it goes.
Use those clips?
And then it goes to her saying, "You can call me whatever you want. I've heard it all. F you." So, is Diana Taurasi saying F you? Is that a collective F you? It's definitely a collective F you. But I don't want to be in the collection of the people getting an F you from DT. Anyway, Diana Taurasi, I think you'd be an excellent guest on the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. And if you would ever like to come and talk about this, we would love to have you because I am obsessed. I wanted to be you when I was a child, but nothing prepares you in this life for somebody who you absolutely idolized, like thought the world of. And then you get this stupid little podcast and you're yapping your mouth every day for content. And someday you say she's a shit starter. And next thing you know, you're in a documentary and at least she's saying you made her laugh.
So my voice isn't
Not
in
insane.
there.
No.
So it's
You laugh.
It's just you being the hater that you are. A generational hater. We talk about it all the time on this show. I am the ray in the sunlight of positivity, and you people didn't believe it. Well, now look, there's actual proof. There's a documentary with Jessica hating on possibly one of the greatest women's basketball players of all time. But I'm the hater.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
They've
It's
got
you.
this wrong.
They don't.
I've been wrongly pinned. I've been wrongly. This must be what it felt like to be a part of the Salem witch trials. I've been wrongly accused.
By whom?
I don't know. Nobody else even brought this up except for my one friend who heard it from another friend who then sent it to me last night. Why are the rest of you not watching the Diana Taurasi documentary? Do you hate women's sports? Not enough people are watching it. Actually, I've heard it's great now. Because then I combed through all the articles trying to see if there was any other. Because when I was trying to find it in the documentary, I was desperate. I was like, do I need to hire a PR crisis manager? Like, I don't know how this goes. But anyway, now I need to watch the entire thing. And I've heard it's great. And I look forward to seeing it. But, whew, gave me a fright on a Monday night.
That's big.
Yeah. So then I was up for the Taylor Swift news at 12:12 Eastern time, aka 11:12 Central time, and I was like, oh no, you have found yourself in a bad spot when you are up refreshing the TaylorSwift.com website at 11:12 p.m.
What was the news?
She's dropping a new album.
Oh, okay.
She's dropping a new album.
Okay.
It's coming.
When?
I think October. I don't know if she's announced an official date, but people have connected. You know how it goes. The people are connecting the dots. I cannot take in Taylor Swift news because the news is 90% her fans, who are the best investigators we have. Like, chief investigators. I swear to God, if the Taylor Swift fandom, the Swifties, went after trying to get the Jeffrey Epstein files released, they would figure out a way to do it because they can figure out anything. And the way that they have already found all the clues and how we should have known this album drop was coming all along and what this era is going to be. And I think it's called not The Last Showgirl. That's the Pamela Anderson movie that came out this week. The Final Showgirl? The Life of a Showgirl. The Life of a Showgirl. And they're like in deep with everything that it could be. And it's all this orange. All of a sudden there was orange all over my timeline. And I was going to save this for later in the show, but we'll just get through it right now.
We got time.
So,
Careful. Don't want you to make another documentary.
I now have to approach the rest of my life with the fear and slight excitement of making another documentary. I think technically this ended up being announced on the New Heights podcast social feeds, which I think Taylor Swift should do like a Make-A-Wish podcast project where she joins random podcasts and gives them a boost. And I would like to nominate us as one of the original founders of this idea. But she's going on the New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason Kelce on Wednesday. And so it all started yesterday morning where they release a like promo for a new episode. There's a mystery guest in the middle where you don't see who it is. Taylor Swift's fans were like, oh my God, it's going to be Taylor. Sure enough, it's going to be Taylor. Around 9 o'clock last night, they drop one clip where it's her like chatting with Travis about being on the podcast. And that clip, I saw something stupid. Like it got 10 million views in the first 30 minutes it was up across all socials. And then at 12:12 Eastern time, another clip got posted where she holds up the album, but it's blurred out. And that was the announcement that the new album is coming and that she's coming on the podcast on Wednesday. And I think it was supposed to come at the same time that it dropped on her website, but her website did crash when I was first trying to get it. So I first saw it courtesy of the New Heights podcast. And now I think we are looking at the Taylor Swift appearance on the New Heights podcast will absolutely be the most listened to podcast of all time. I think that's like set in stone. It's written in the appearance itself. I think right now the two biggest are Trump on Rogan and Elon on Rogan. But I think Taylor Swift talking with Travis Kelce in a podcast format for the first time ever is going to crush everything. I will listen to it, and I don't care. I care. Oh my God.
Clip it. There it is. That's the documentary part right there. I don't care about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. When the documentary comes out about their love, clip this.
No, they're going to go back and find when I said it was all a hoax. Not a hoax, but a big PR stunt. They're going to be like, this hater. And it's going to be a stupid little oops, we missed it again graphic at the bottom. No,
what was at the bottom of the Diana
Oops,
one?
we missed it again. Oops, we missed it again. No, but I think even people who fringely care, and listen, like I care about the spaces that both of those people inhabit. I care about sports. I care about pop culture. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are the pinnacle of the sports pop culture worlds colliding. They have now been together for a significant period of time, and anytime they have news together, it dominates headlines and clicks. And so, yes, I would assume that a podcast where the two of them are on it with Jason Kelce, talk about a third wheel of a podcast, but I think it's going to absolutely crush. Like, I will seek it out the second it comes out, and I will listen to the whole thing. I won't just be searching for clips. I will actually listen to this episode of New Heights. Actually, I want to find it live because I love watching their chat. When their chat, because it's millions of people, and it's like, it's like coding. Feels like it's out of a movie. It's an exciting time. Are you going to listen to it?
For documentary's sake, yes, because I love Taylor Swift. No. Why would I not that interested in when Taylor Swift's new album drops?
She posted a Spotify playlist with 22 songs that were all produced by Max Martin and Shellback. And now the rumor is that the next album is going to be produced by the two of them because we connect dots. Her fans also think that the orange color scheme, which also uses green,
she's going to Tennessee.
They think it's copper oxidizing, like when something loses its color of shine, and they think it's a symbol for the world's misogyny, taking away her shine. I was like, God, you guys go deep every time.
I love them for it.
Me too. I wish I have something coming up to hyperfixate on. It is called the football season, both college football and the NFL. I am thrilled for people who find something to hyperfixate on. These trying times, you need something to distract yourself, to pull yourself out of reality. And if you want to go figure out why Taylor Swift has had a star on her eye at a certain point in time, go do it. If you think, I saw something about the house burning on her tour, I saw a crazy one. She's using a lock symbol for this, and the shape of her Eras Tour stage was a key. She is like a maniacal genius.
Well,
she enjoys it.
You don't have to call it maniacal.
Yes, I do. It's maniacal.
All right, for the documentary.
Okay, fine. What's another word for maniacal?
No, you're right to use it. I'm just trying to protect you from yourself in the documentary.
I think maniacal means that you're really smart.
Okay.
Maniacal doesn't always mean evil.
There's an
although
evil,
there are no ethical billionaires. Clip it.
There's in the Elon doc, the XAI factory. What went wrong? Go ahead, so we get to this break. Stop letting me distract you.
All right. Mike Wallace is going to join us on the other side. I wonder if he's excited about the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, New Heights. What if he came on and he was like, I'm Mike Wallace, I'm a Swiftie. Never asked him.
How many documentaries you think he's been in?
I'm going to ask him that.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask him if he's ever said something about someone and then it recycled and he was like, oh no. Anyway, Mike Wallace on the other side.
Preseason box to row coaches poll has come out. Jackson State sits there at number 1. This is the 3rd time in the poll's history that Jackson State has been the preseason number 1 team in the nation. And then Tennessee State being at 5, that really surprised me.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess so.
From what
You guys don't
speculation-
sound too excited.
Nah.
It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Like a
Want
whirlpool.
to be phone positive?
Yeah.
Want to be phone positive? Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone positive material.
Yeah, or a
Yeah,
thumbprint.
like-
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Scotty Scheffler ran away with the Open Championship this weekend. My God, this guy, he's not real. Have we reached the point with Scotty Scheffler where you don't have to care a thing about golf, but you still know there's a dude named Scotty Scheffler who is awesome at it?
He is solidified himself as one of the greats in the sport. At this point, probably of all time.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isolo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is a Tuesday. That means it's time to catch up with Mike Wallace, senior editor at Grind City Media. He joins us now. Mike, how are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing great this morning, this August morning. I guess we're in the middle of August now, August 12th.
Yeah.
Getting a bit every day closer to the release of the full NBA schedule, and some of it is trickling out already. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we got hit with a good number of games this morning that we will sift through, but I wanted to ask you first a very important question. Have you ever been featured in a documentary?
Not featured. I've been in a couple of them, but not like it's been about me. No.
No. Okay, so that's what I mean. Like you have popped up in a documentary, something you have said. Now, was this a clip of something you said at the time, or did you sit down and do an interview for the documentary?
No. Well, both. But the ones I'm thinking of are the ones that I've sat down and contributed to. Basketball stuff. There was a Kobe Bryant one. There was an Allen Iverson one. Allen Iverson 30 for 30. I was in that one. Miami Heat, obviously, when LeBron took his talents to South Beach, I was in that one. Hurricane Katrina, which, by the way, the 20th anniversary of it, we're right in the midst of it. I lived through that. My family lived through it. I covered it. So a lot of things. But yeah, so to answer your question, I've dabbled in documentaries, and who hasn't been in a Michael Blevins Beyond Grit
That's true. Oh, that my documentary debut is definitely with Michael Blevins.
But that's you sitting down in front of the camera knowing you're doing
so
something.
Mike, a clip from our show got picked up and is in the Diana Taurasi documentary, of which I called Diana Taurasi a shit stirrer. And then
So you're that person, huh?
Yes.
And we all know that's Jessica's persona, right? Like Jessica is the bombastic negative one, and I am
the hot take queen. That's what they call me.
Calm, mellow, nice to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm the pleasant one as the furthest right person on this show.
Yeah, I was just about to call her Skip Isha Bayless.
I was gonna go with Jessica Bayless A. Smith. Like just the combination of them all, and just really go in on it. Yeah, it's a bizarre thing, Mike, because as you know, sitting in this space, you say a lot of things, and you never know when something that you say could get taken either. I'm not going to say it was taken out of context, but certainly we could go back and look at what the entirety of the conversation is, of which I would assume I was being, at some point, incredibly complimentary of Diana Taurasi because I really respect her and consider her one of the greatest of all time. But instead, I will be remembered, because clearly I'm the most important part of the documentary, as that little blonde girl with the weird "oops, we missed it again" graphic saying Diana Taurasi is a shit stirrer.
Hey, so you've been designated as a hater in the situation, right? These are all of the.
This is my nightmare. I'm not a hater. I'm a lover.
Right, I know. But all it takes is that 2-3 seconds, man. And we did it. I was this show, right? Like, remember years ago, the Jimmy Butler emo Jim?
Yep.
That got aggregated, and then it just blew up in Miami. And, it turns out that we were right. You know what I'm saying about what we were saying? But
you were right. You do have a track record of saying incredibly right things on this show that in due time make a lot of sense. But yeah, I remember they came for you for that one.
And that's going to happen with Diana Taurasi for you. That's going to happen with her for you. So she's going to start some shit somewhere.
She always does.
At some point. And it's going to come back and see, Jessica was right.
The entirety of the segment really backs my point. If I want to do a heel turn, I just want to make sure I'm a lover, not a hater. But if I wanted to heel turn and be the full hater, I could say, yeah, they found a great quote that completely validated what I was saying within the context of that segment.
All right, so when the documentary part 2 comes out, you're going to double down on it just right now.
I just want her to come on the show. I just want her to join women's basketball legends before Cheryl Miller, Nancy Lieberman, Diana Taurasi. Your seat is right here.
Angel McCoughtry has been on.
Yeah, Candace Parker. And when she came
we haven't had Candace Parker yet.
I thought y'all interviewed her when she came through. Okay. You were in her presence, though.
Well, I was in her presence.
There you go.
And I did interview her for the Grizz Files on the radio.
So you did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I didn't have her on the show.
Not on this show.
She hasn't been a famous guest of the show. We haven't had her sign a brick, which we don't do, but I think it would be a really fun thing if we did that. All right, Mike, as mentioned, we've got quite a few games that have come out, and so I am going to do my best in sorting through them because the NBA has not done me any favors in collecting them all and making one hypergraphic. We now have ABC and NBC with the games that were released today, and so everything is done separately. So it looks like ESPN opening week, they didn't do me any favors at all. They don't even have the games listed. They just have this weird graphic of half and half faces where it's like half Jalen Brunson's face and half Donovan Mitchell's face and half Steph Curry's face and half Nikola Jokic's.
I think those are the games.
Okay, but what day is it on? This graphic tells me nothing except it freaks me out. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's a miss right there. I see what they're trying to do, but that's trying to do too much in that situation, right? And I get it, but nah, that's going a little bit too far from there. But let me see the graphic one more time.
I found the dates. It's in another graphic, but it's Cavs Knicks on October 22nd. This is the ESPN slate. Cavs Knicks October 22nd, Spurs Mavs October 22nd. So that's the doubleheader on that day. And then on October 23rd, the doubleheader is Thunder Pacers, so finals rematch, and Nuggets Warriors.
Warriors, yeah. Of all of those games right there, the one that's most intriguing to me, I mean, obviously the finals rematch, you got to put that in there just out of respect for the two teams that made it. But I don't think there's not much market value in terms of that. But the Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Davis, because it's Wemby's first game back since he had to end his season because of the blood clots. That team is going to be a potential team that's going to make a run for the playoffs this year. There's so much going on in San Antonio, and then when you have Dallas with Anthony Davis there, how legitimate are they going to be? And obviously Cooper Flagg. So shout out to them for putting Anthony Davis in that graphic instead of Cooper Flagg. That would have been a little bit disrespectful, considering what they were trying to do there. But that's the biggest game to me on that slate.
Well, and you saw the Mavs rewarded with a Christmas Day game as well. I think that the quick ascension of Dallas, which will just feed people's conspiracy theories on Luka going to the Lakers and Dallas being awarded the #1 pick and getting Cooper Flagg and being right back in there as a premier viewing experience in the NBA. But the Mavs play the Warriors on Christmas Day. We had that schedule leaked at least over the weekend, along with the opening night tip-off on NBC Peacock, which is Rockets Thunder and Warriors-Lakers. Warriors-Lakers will continue to carry the torch of everyone will watch this, right? Like that's where we're at. Those are
You can't.
Two of the top three biggest brands, at least two of the top four.
You could have predicted that one. If you just follow how the trends are going in terms of how the NBA is pushing these guys, as long as as long as LeBron, as long as Steph, as long as KD, and even Luka are in the league, they're going to be featured on Christmas Day and on opening night. And then obviously, you got to throw in a nod and a respect to the defending champions there as well too. So, that opening night slate, and the Christmas Day slate, pretty predictable from that standpoint.
You'll have the first Peacock exclusive, which is where you are going to have Monday nights on Peacock for this season in the NBA. There is going to be some getting used to schedule-wise of knowing, hey, it's Monday. This is the night where I'm going to go watch the NBA on Peacock. Their first doubleheader, October 27th, Cavs Pistons, and then Nuggets Timberwolves. And then we did also find out the MLK Day slate, which we know the Grizzlies not playing on MLK Day this year. It will be Bucks Hawks, Thunder Cavs, Mavs Knicks, and Celtics Pistons.
Yeah, that's a sore spot
all on
right
NBC and Peacock. I know that one hurts.
That's a sore spot right there. But I also understand the opportunity that the Grizzlies have by being overseas. But at the end of the day, when you look at that MLK slate, that's becoming more and more relevant. It's becoming more and more important after opening night and Christmas Day. Maybe the Cup games too. MLK is right up there in the top 5 important weeks or days on the NBA schedule. So, again, the Grizzlies have an opportunity to do something special over there in Germany and London, and then hopefully they come right back and get featured right back where they belong on Christmas Day next year.
Or on MLK Day, but also Christmas Day. We can speak it into existence that they end up on Christmas.
MLK, yes.
But no, it's true. MLK Day continues to be like one of the features of the league, which I think is great, especially given that Christmas is now shared with NFL. And I know MLK Day this year is actually also shared with the college football national championship game, which is a wild day of sports. But I look at the NBA Christmas Day schedule, and like you said, representation of the defending champions, which is important. So you're going to get the Thunder, of course. You're going to get Mavs Warriors, you get Rockets Lakers, you get Timberwolves Nuggets, you get one Eastern Conference matchup in Cavs Knicks. You're putting that up against an NFL Christmas slate of Broncos Chiefs, Cowboys Commanders, and Lions Vikings. And I just feel like it's more important than ever for the NBA to try to continue to carry some control of that game, but you are inevitably going to lose a lot of people to the NFL. That's just a reality of the tiered system of professional sports in this country.
You are. You definitely are. And when the NFL decided, okay, we're going to move in and encroach on Christmas Day, you knew it was pretty much a wrap. What I'm curious about is you talked about the Peacock Monday night slate. Those are a lot of Monday night that's again on their own network. They're kind of splitting the pie there, right? Because NBC has the Monday night games, or is it easy? Maybe ESPN
has Monday night. Yep.
NBC has Sunday night. So it's almost like, again, it's going to be this head-to-head competition, but this is a football-driven country. There are going to be markets, particularly on the coast, that may resonate with NBA over NFL, but most of America is probably going to be dialed into football in that situation. But lucky for us, we get to go back and forth. You can have multiple. You can do a lot of things, and it's going to be a great day for sports. Having said all of that, this also tells you that where do the Grizzlies stand in terms of marketability when it comes to Christmas Day games. I mean, we see Ja Morant's ascension. We see the China thing. If the Grizzlies get back to winning, now we get to see whether he can carry this franchise back into a prominent opening night / Christmas Day type schedule when you move forward after this season.
We will get the full schedule on Thursday. What is your prediction? How many nationally televised games do the Grizzlies get this season?
Well, when you factor in NBC, ABC, ESPN, and if we're counting, well, I guess there's no NBA TV this time around, right? So I would say I would set my list at probably 6 or 7.
Okay.
6 or 7, and I think that's and most of them would I would most of them will be on the road, and a handful of them will probably be the cup games too. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where the Grizzlies will default in terms of getting their national TV games. But hopefully there'll be a couple of them that'll be home from that standpoint.
When the schedule comes out, what are you looking for? Like what are you looking to identify?
MLK, who we playing MLK?
I know.
That's first, and so that was already taken care of. The next thing I look at is whether we're going to be home or on the road for Thanksgiving and Christmas. From that standpoint, just from personal and family reasons, but also that's usually associated with a trip. So those would be the first, 2 or 3 things that I look for from that standpoint. Opening night, who the opening night home opener game is. And that's going to be a big key for the Grizzlies this year is how they get started, because you never know where injuries and recovery stand with these guys, especially with Jaren Jackson Jr. and Zach Edey. Those first 10, 15, 20 games are going to be very, very important in terms of trying to keep pace with a very, very difficult Western Conference this year.
Yeah, I'm really curious with the big trip overseas to Berlin and London, if that changes. The Grizzlies have taken these long West Coast road trips. It feels like every season, and perhaps having a long international trip will break up the West Coast road trip. And they've struggled on those West Coast road trips, particularly in like the state of California. I feel at least last year, did they ever win a game in the state of California? I don't think they did.
0 for California. 0 for California. I want to say 0-7 in California, I want to say.
So maybe this is the comeback year for California. Maybe it'll be broken up in a more effective, manageable way for this team.
Yeah, you go 2-0 in Europe and then come back and take care of California, and you're in good shape. But yeah, so that looks like the way that schedule is in the Europe games. That'll be a week right there. It takes a couple days for you to get there and get acclimated. Some publicity things that have to happen ahead of the Germany game, and then the London game is on the back end. And then you got to get a couple days on the backside for traveling back. So they'll have 2 games probably in a stretch of 8, 9, 10 days in that situation.
What did you make of Jaren changing his number? He is now number 8. You can go get your Jaren Jackson Jr. number 8 jersey in the team store.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it happen with certain players before. His motivation was largely because he shared that moment and that number with his dad across multiple leagues and teams. I respect that, you know what I mean? But I respect Jaren doing that. It's a good marketing pitch. But I think number 8, if number 8 can average a double-double, then all for it. Change your number. Sure. You know what I mean? Do this and have that production spike. And
hey, I'll take it one step down. If number 8 can mean average of 8 rebounds, I'll take it.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
That would be up.
That's true. Because we hadn't seen that yet, right?
No.
We hadn't seen that yet. But, all in all, man, and I know Jaren is out there doing some things, trying to get his body right. We saw the clip of him and Tony Allen, and Kevin Garnett again, and hopefully he's putting all of these things together and making this about basketball and having the best season that he's ever had. And I think he's capable of doing it once he gets healthy. But yeah, I pull for number 13. I've covered him ever since he came into the league, and now we shift and go number 8, and we'll see where number 8 takes us from there.
All right, last thing before I let you go. Are we back firmly in Commanders fandom this season?
What is it, left fist up? Okay. What is it, CJ? Left fist up?
That's your team, not
That's
mine.
not my team.
You got it.
Yes. As long as my man JD is at quarterback, we got to get McLaurin situated, man. We can't just sit there and let one of the greatest receivers in franchise history just languish out there and treat him that way. But other than that, I love everything that they've done this offseason, and let's go. It's gonna be a brutal grind in the NFC East, but I like my Commanders. Yes, I'm fully back in the Commanders 100% right now. It's good to say that finally.
All right, good. Mike, we'll catch up with you later. Thanks for joining us.
All right, take care.
That was Mike Wallace. You can always get the latest from him at grindcitymedia.com. Jaden Daniels moved into Tier 2 in the Athletics' yearly quarterback tiers, where they go and survey GMs, assistant GMs, coaches, bring all those numbers together and create a tier system for the quarterbacks. There's another important quarterback in Tier 2. I'll let you know who that is on the other side, along with the AP Top 25. No, rookies were not included in the quarterback tier system.
But he worked so hard.
Tier 1 work ethic for Cam Ward. CJ's a hater. See, this is the hater. Security, you have the wrong girl.
I'm a lover. Certified lover boy.
Not me calling the cops on CJ in the glass box over here.
You do what you do, Jessica,
We take a
regardless
break.
of optics.
We take a break. We come back. We talk some football. And we'll have TV Tuesday. I can't wait to talk about the yogurt murder documentary. Truly, it took over my life last night. All right, we'll be back with more after a quick break.
You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess so.
From what
You guys don't
speculation-
sound too excited.
Nah.
It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Like a
I
whirlpool.
want to be phone positive. Yeah. Want to be phone positive.
Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone positive material.
Yeah, or a
Yeah,
thumbprint.
like-
The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Scotty Scheffler ran away with the Open Championship this weekend. My God, this guy, he's not real. Have we reached the point with Scotty Scheffler where you don't have to care a thing about golf, but you still know there's a dude named Scotty Scheffler who is awesome at it?
He is solidified himself as one of the greats in the sport. At this point, probably of all time.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's check the over-under totals. Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5.
I love Ole Miss over the 8.5. I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're gonna, Ole Miss, they're gonna lose to Arkansas week.
But they
3.
could go 9-3. Like Ole Miss winning 10 games
they always
is always
pull some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're gonna lose at Kentucky week 2.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Preseason Box to Row Coaches Poll has come out. Jackson State sits there at number 1. This is the 3rd time in the poll's history that Jackson State has been the preseason number 1 team in the nation. And then Tennessee State being at 5, that really surprised me.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back. First AP Top 25 is out. The preseason AP Top 25. We got the preseason coaches poll last week. Preseason AP Top 25 dropped yesterday. First time in history that Texas is preseason number 1, and they just barely edged out Penn State by 2 votes. It was the closest preseason vote since 1998 between Texas and Penn State. I was surprised this was Texas's first ever preseason number 1.
Yeah.
It just feels like it should have happened.
It should have. But then I went and thought about the best Texas team in my lifetime was that Vince Young team.
Okay.
And they were obviously, before the Rose Bowl popped off, they were obviously worlds behind that USC team. That USC team was just stacked and loaded. So it was like, okay. But yeah,
other first place votes went to Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, and Oregon. SEC, 10 teams in the preseason top 25, including 4 in the top 10. Big 10 has 6, Big 12 has 4, ACC has 3, only group of 5 team, Boise State. Can you name the one power conference team that has never been ranked in the college football preseason top 25? There is only one.
One power conference.
One power conference team.
Preseason.
Never been ranked.
Rutgers.
No.
Preseason. Vanderbilt.
Correct.
Okay.
Vandy. Party of one.
When you ask me that, it's either Rutgers, Vanderbilt, Northwestern, or Duke. So those were going to be my 4 guesses. And then after
you know
that,
what?
I wasn't going to say anymore.
I bet 25 years from now, they're still holding on to that title.
Not if what is
Diego's got 1 year left.
Not if what Diego is saying
I worry
is true.
I worry for Sweet Vanderbilt this year.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get obliterated.
I worry for them.
Dudes are gonna come out there to make a name for themselves.
They lost a ton of their offensive line.
Yeah, man, Vanderbilt. According to Diego, they got that Nashville money beginning to trickle into Vanderbilt.
That's true. They do have the general manager role has worked really hard on the transfer side of things. So we'll see. Maybe they'll get it someday. Maybe they'll be in there at the end. Maybe they'll get the Texas Tech experience. Texas Tech in there at 23. Anyway, I preferred my intake of the AP Top 25 from the graphic of top 25 matchups through the season. They did the hard work for us over at, I believe it was Reddit College Football, which is wonderful. So these are all of the preseason top 25 matchups if the ranking stood today. Obviously, it will be a bloodbath, and within the first couple of weeks, a good number of these teams will not be ranked. But for now, these are the matchups you should watch. Everybody is so focused on November 1st, and I understand being focused on November 1st because that is a hell of a good football day. You should block it off on your calendar. You should do absolutely nothing else. You get Arizona State, Iowa State, Florida, Georgia, Miami, SMU, vaunted ACC matchup of all time, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Penn State, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and
Penn State,
Texas
Ohio
Tech,
State.
Kansas State. Oh, Penn State, Ohio State, I'm sorry. And Texas Tech, Kansas State. Now, I think we're overlooking quality versus quantity because I'm looking at September 27th as my first, I don't want to do anything all weekend sports experience. It's Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss, and Oregon, Penn State, which are 3 pretty good matchups. Then, that Sunday is the NFL Dublin game, Vikings Steelers at 8:30 a.m., and you get Ravens Chiefs middle of the afternoon on Sunday, the 28th. That's a good, we're so close to that. We're like a month and a half away from that in our lives again.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait either. All of this is going to change, but just because I don't know, I'm just going to pick a team at random.
Okay.
Let's just say LSU falls to Clemson that first game of the season, and then they fall to Florida, which means they would fall completely outside of the top 25. Somebody else moves in, and you get a different top 25.
Sure, but then
matchup.
you're looking at that LSU Ole Miss game as a Brian Kelly hotter than hot seat could be fired game.
Yeah, yes, but it's not a ranked versus ranked.
But then it stays interesting.
Yeah, that's my point. That what you just said there is my point.
I got you.
You can chuck these rankings out because it's preseason. We don't know what these dudes are going to do. But there are interesting matchups all throughout the season, and they become more interesting week of because we have the moment of the season happening.
Right.
I can't wait. I'm super excited about all of this action. Just looking at it, that matchup, the first matchup on November 1st was the one that caught my eye immediately. Arizona State, Iowa State, that could have playoff implications. That could have Big 12 championship type implications. Yep. And I, get irrationally high on things right now.
Who you got?
Arizona State. Just, I don't know if it's irrational to say a team that is 11th in the preseason poll is going to be pretty damn good. But
I think it's still irrational.
I would not surprise me at all if Arizona, by the season's end, top 5 wins a game in the playoffs.
Okay.
Like they bring
I
back
I like
so
Kenny
much,
Dillingham a lot. I am rooting for him.
Bring back so much talent. Bring back the quarterback. Bring back everybody I do believe on the
Except for
offensive
Scatterbo.
line. Yeah, on the offensive line. Bring back the receiver. Their top target last year, who finished 3rd in the Big 12, behind only T-Mac and Travis Hunter. So, you think about where those dudes got drafted, you're like, oh, this guy is probably a first-rounder also. You bring back a lot of production on the defensive side of things as well. It's the Big 12. They aren't facing a, gauntlet of teams week in, week out. I like Arizona State a whole hell of a lot. Other game of interest, that Notre Dame Texas A&M game is going to be fun. The one on September 13th. That's one that I find really interesting. We're going to know about Notre Dame damn near immediately, and we'll be beginning to figure out Texas A&M before October. So that's the thing that excites me. Okay, all of these teams claim to be good because during talking season, everybody's got national championship aspirations. Well, when can I pinpoint when I will know whether or not said team is good or not? And I think right around November 14th, after that game against Texas A&M, I'll know what's up with Notre Dame.
I usually right around beginning of November can feel it. No, I understand the SEC and the Big Ten are the rulers of the sport now, but I am intrigued by the Big 12 this season. And starting off the year, haven't even mentioned it, we have our first week 0 ranked game in forever. I think it's been since 2002 that we've had which I didn't know we did week 0 in 2002, but that's what the streets are saying, whatever it was. The opening game being a ranked versus ranked game. And it is in Dublin, Ireland, and it is Farmageddon. That's what they call it. Farmageddon, across the pond in Dublin, ranked Kansas State, ranked Iowa State. But when you look at the teams just outside the top 25, it's BYU, it's Utah, and it's Baylor. So you have other Big 12 teams flirting right around with being top 25. It could be one of those, another season in the Big 12 where everyone just eats each other alive. Old Pac-12 style. It's my old favorite. I can't wait. I am so excited. Between that and the NFL season coming upon us, The Athletic did their yearly quarterback tiers, which is one of my favorite, just analytic nerd pieces of sports preseason content to ingest every year. And they come up with the quarterback tiers by commentary and votes from a panel of 50 votes who are anonymous, but the panel is comprised of 6 general managers, 6 assistant general managers, 6 former general managers, 5 other executives, 8 head coaches, and 19 other coaches, including 15 coordinators. And then each voter places the 34 quarterbacks into 5 tiers from best to worst, and then those quarterbacks are ranked by average vote and placed into tiers. Rookies are not included because they have not watched them play in the NFL. The big thing from this year's quarterback tiers is that you have Joe Burrow tied with Patrick Mahomes in that top spot. So it's Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, and then your tier 1 are those two, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, which I never feel passionate about the underlooking of Matthew Stafford, but many do. And that just always surprises me. I don't have it in me.
I've listened, and everybody listens and reads a whole bunch of things about this sport because that's what we do. So I've consumed a fair amount of Matthew Stafford discourse. And I think that there are some people who you ask, all right, what makes a good quarterback? They'll tell you, how much of my time do I spend game planning against what this quarterback does? And that's why I think Matthew Stafford gets the appreciation that he does from some people. Matthew Stafford, Daniels, and Herbert, I think, are all up this high because when you sit down and you say, all right, let me game plan against the Chargers, the Commanders, and the Rams, it is on the defensive side of the ball, you're looking at their offenses, it is, hey, okay, it's clear if we hold the quarterback in check, we'll be good to go. And how well can you hold said quarterback in the check? Whereas somebody who I really like in Jalen Hurts, I don't think there's that same sort of pressure to prepare to stop Jalen Hurts that there is from those other two. Now, we did our draft. I think Jalen Hurts is absolutely top 5 quarterback in the NFL. If that puts him in tier 1, it does. I would start my tier 2 right around the Jalen Hurts of it all. But I think he should be higher because he runs the offense well enough to win games. He doesn't make the mistakes that cost you games.
Right.
And for crying out loud, he's been in the playoffs damn near every year he's been in the NFL. He's got a Super Bowl championship on top of that. He makes the right plays at the right time. And I think that he deserves to be a bit higher than tied for ninth on this.
Well, I was just thrilled to see Justin Herbert remain in the top 10, remain firmly in tier 2. Now, I will say, in these rankings, there has been a continued downward trend for Justin Herbert because he got 36 top tier votes in 2022. That number has now year by year fallen from 36 to 29 to 19 to 13. One of the offensive coordinators said, a lot of people have him as an automatic 1. I want him to take it. It seems like he is almost there. He just hasn't done it. The talent is obvious. He's just a little robotic. You can tell the way he processes everything. It's just a click slower than some of the elites, but he is a stud. He is still really, really good. They call him Joe Burrow Light. This is it.
Okay. This is it. Not the other times you said that. You're in a bad relationship with this man.
No, I'm not.
And I keep trying to tell you to leave him, and you just refuse to.
I see the potential. I don't give up on potential.
Every single time it's like, hey, leave him. You're like, yeah, I'm going to leave him now. I'm leaving him now.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault last year that they had 605 running backs. What's he supposed to do?
Be a better quarterback. What do you mean?
And he did. He handed it off greatly.
Okay.
And still had a stupid, successful completion rate.
Name me the receivers for Patrick Mahomes right now. Name me the receivers for Josh Allen.
Keon Coleman.
Okay. All right. Okay. So some of these dudes
I didn't say that because no, wait. I wasn't going that route. I was saying because the Chargers operate a significantly run-heavy offense in comparison to the Chiefs and the Bills.
So the Eagles aren't run-heavy?
They are.
Okay. And Jalen Hurts still finds ways to be successful.
Yeah, but he had Saquon Barkley. There's a little bit of a difference there.
All right.
If you give Justin Herbert if you give anyone Saquon Barkley's season last year, they have a pretty good opportunity to chase a championship.
Okay.
Anyway, I will hold on for dear
I keep trying to get you to let that man go.
I won't do it.
Just let that man go, dog.
I won't do it.
CJ Stroud, tied for ninth. You made fun of me for taking him in the draft.
I still make fun of you for taking him in the draft.
I want you to see me. I take Stroud way over Justin Herbert.
Oh my God, get out of here.
Time. And
Jaden Daniels boosting up into tier 2 is exciting for him. That's a change of tiers.
I mean, that's somebody who we saw last year. I want to see him do it again. We've seen rookies have really good rookie seasons. Stroud. And then come back and have not so great second seasons and careers. So I want to see him do it again. But if he can continue to do that, like Mike said, they got to get the receiver situation figured out, because you can't.
And your wide receiver one cannot be Deebo Samuel.
You can't have McLaurin not on that field just from what he gives you as an offensive weapon. They get that figured out. I would love to see Jalen Daniels. Jaden, I always get it mixed up. Jaden Daniels. Because Jalen Daniels, is he still at Kansas?
Is he? He's been there forever if he is.
But either way, want to see Jaden Daniels continue to do it. Anybody?
Yes, he's a senior.
That's why everybody's so high on Kansas.
God,
he had that.
This is Jalen Daniels' year.
He had that one Liberty Bowl game where he threw for a gajillion yards. We're like, yep, we love that kid. Anybody else stand out to you? Your boy's down there real low.
Bowie?
Williams.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's got a lot to improve upon. I mean, he's below Bo Nix. Not that I'm not a Bo Nix truther. At least imagine being Kenny Pickett. He's the only one in Tier 5.
At least he made it.
They all make it.
Who?
Every starting quarterback from last season, I think.
That's my point. Kenny Pickett isn't a starting quarterback.
Like anyone who started a game.
Anyone who started a game.
I think so.
Okay. No, because we had some dudes start games because of injuries last year who aren't on this list.
I'm trying to think. That's true.
Yeah, that's not it. But so he's
Tier
a top
5.
34 quarterback.
Yeah, but you know how sad you have to be below Spencer Rattler?
That is
And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful.
I am. Put that in the Spencer
I'm
Rattler
not a hater.
documentary.
Also, poor Anthony Richardson.
Poor Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have drafted his ass. Put that in his documentary.
All right, we got to take a break.
We need to put that in the documentary sound.
Yeah, we do. Put that in the documentary. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about a documentary. The Yogurt Shop Murders. CJ's going to talk about what he's watching. King of the Hill.
Eyes of Wakanda.
Wednesday. Eyes of Wakanda.
The fourth episode was so good. And King of the Hill made me pause it a couple of times because I couldn't.
My
hear the
timeline is
TV.
full of King of the Hill now, and I don't know if it's because everybody's talking about King of the Hill or only because you've talked about King of the Hill every day. And so my phone is like, King of the Hill? She loves King of the Hill. Anyway, we'll come back. We'll do some TV Tuesday on the other side.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Did you know the Grizzlies were going to try to get up and get you?
No, I have no clue. I thought the Grizzlies loved me when I worked out because it was like super fun and everything was, just natural. We were just having a conversation. It wasn't like said, what's your favorite color and like all that stuff.
What's your favorite color?
It wasn't interview.
First date type vibe.
Yeah, it wasn't interview questions. It was just like, hey man, how you doing? Like, and it was just real easy to talk to him. It was real easy to talk to Coach Thomas.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What?
like we don't know it's a tweet. Like every time I get a screenshotted tweet,
I would know it's a tweet. I know the
it's
format.
very clearly a tweet.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we all discovered during the break after Jacob went, what? I thought it was gonna be way more dramatic, but if you take a screenshot of a tweet now, it automatically puts an x.com watermark in the upper right-hand corner. But I don't understand how your phone, what technology is that? What do you know?
Everything.
Every damn thing. All right, let's do one more sports thing I forgot, which is very important because it's my Golden State Valkyries. We got a mascot last night. The Valkyries got a mascot. It's a raven. It's a charming, fluffy raven. And isn't she cute? Her name is Violet, and she is Valhalla's newest resident. She's coming for you, Ellie the elephant. Look at those glasses. She's going to be like the girl in the movie who takes the glasses off, and then it's like, ah.
We don't have enough glassed mascots.
We don't. I think they're cute.
Yeah.
They look cute on mascot eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to you, Violet. It's just such a pretty shade of purple. I'm so glad my team decided to pick such a pretty color. She got a cake. Apparently, ravens are known as Valkyries' counterparts in mythology.
Oh, turn up.
And are considered guardians of good fortune.
In Norse mythology?
Yes.
Good.
And she wears the iconic V pattern. She puts those V's up.
V's up.
V's up. I didn't know if those arms were going to go the right way, so I took them down really quickly. Let's do a little TV Tuesday. Okay, I started the Yogurt Shop Murders docuseries on HBO Max. They have been promoting the hell out of this docuseries. It's produced by A24, so I assumed that it was going to be good. And the first 2 episodes are out. I am unclear when new episodes drop. I think it's a Sunday night docuseries, but don't quote me on that. But the first 2 are out. We watched both of them last night. And it is the story of an unsolved murder in Austin, Texas from the early 90s. I think it happened in 1991, where 4 teenage girls were murdered in a yogurt shop where 2 of them worked. And they were shot and then burned. The person set fire to it. That's important because due to the fire and the fire department who tried to put out the fire with large amounts of water, like all of the evidence was washed away and destroyed. And the way I would describe watching this docuseries is like it physically hurts to watch. There were multiple times where they were doing interviews with various talking heads, be it a family member or one of the investigators, and I audibly said, ooh, I can't watch this. This hurts me. And it's interesting because I've been consuming a lot of content about trauma and grief and how communities grieve big unsolved events. Both the show I'm watching right now, The Leftovers, like that's pretty much the basis of the show. Weapons, no spoilers, but I think it's an interesting commentary on how a community reacts to a traumatic, tragic event. And then this documentary is a real life story of that, and it's decades ago. And to still like so palpably feel the pain that it has just encompassed the people who it affected with all of these years, and like they are still so impacted by it, it's a tough watch. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's crazy. It's not some thrilling twist and turning. Like, the first episode ends not with a twist or a hook to the next episode. It just ends with a really sad interview. Like a really, really emotionally sad interview with one of the parents. And there's a blend of footage from there was some woman who embarked on making a documentary about this case years ago. And that process for her was so traumatic that she stopped making the film and she quit filmmaking altogether. It drove her out of the industry. And I saw there was a story in Variety where they talked to this filmmaker, the one who ended up doing it, and they ended up paying for the film team's therapy throughout the process of making it to help them cope with essentially having to sit in rooms and do these interviews and go back and look at footage and everything that it entails to tell the story of an unsolved crime. And so often we come at these crime stories from the sense of like, I want to know who did it. Like, I want to find out. But what I've been left thinking about, and it's not just with crime, it's with death and tragedy in general. It's like, what happened, the specificities of what happened, I understand for some people for closure, it's like of utmost importance, but that's not what leaves the lasting like grief impact. You're going to grieve. You had a tremendous loss. And sometimes you don't get answers to questions, and having to understand how to cope with the ambiguity, I think is just as important of a societal conversation as is the fun in, like, we watched the documentary of the woman who disappeared on the cruise, and it's like, I left that thinking like, oh, this woman's been alive and maybe she's here and that's crazy, but that's someone's real life. And ultimately, even trying to make a film to lead towards maybe a lead in that case being brought open after all of these years, that's someone still chasing closure. And anyway, it's really good. I wish that the entire thing was out, but I recommend the first 2 episodes and join me in this journey.
Gary talked about it on Friday, this notion of, hey, when a crime gets committed, when a murder particularly gets committed, yeah, the murderer, it affects the person who was murdered, but it affects a whole slew of other people. So person gets murdered, it affects everybody that person knew. It affects their parents, their other family members, their friends, their community. You know, that affects people at their jobs, the person doing the murdering. It also affects all of those people. So often when we get to the true crime component of these podcast documentaries, it is, hey, let's solve the case.
Yes.
Let's figure out the crime. And we can lose the fact that people are dealing with real life loss, grief, pain because of it. And we lose lose sight of that because that is an uncomfortable thing to sit in. Mm-hmm. That's uncomfortable to just sit there and watch and consume or listen to for episodes, for hours on end. All of these different people coming in saying, hey, this happened, and this is how it affected me. I'll never be the same again. And you think about the long-lasting ramifications of now that person losing a bit of themselves in this moment. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm going to watch it the second I get time. It reminds me of nobody was murdered, but like Liberty Lost was that, where you're not trying to figure out the crime. You're just, hey, this thing is happening. Here's how it affected these people, and then you see how it affects them and how it affects a whole group of other people on the fringes. So I look forward to sitting down and watching that.
Yeah, when I started Leftovers, some people view The Leftovers as one of the greatest shows of all time. So I've always been intrigued in watching it. But one of the pieces of advice that I got before embarking on it was, hey, no spoilers, but I think this is important for you to know. If you're somebody who has to find out things, this isn't the show for you, because you're never going to find out what happened. The show is not about solving the mystery of what happened, and the premise of Leftovers is 3% of the population disappears in an instant. It's not about figuring out where did they go, what was this event, how do you fix this event. No, it's about the response of a community, of a world, and how you deal with that traumatic, horrific event. And it's so fascinating to see those themes then pop up in, a document, the commodification of a disappearance or of death, and people make mugs and people make t-shirts and people are trying to sell things, but also because if you have something, you have a piece of this and you feel connected to your community and you're all in this together. And then, eventually the segments of the community move on, but the people who were impacted have to live with it every day, and the interviewers, the reporters stop coming by, the attention stops coming. But for these families who have this constant mystery of what happened to these people they love, it never ends. And they find different ways to, live with it, and some don't. Sometimes they don't find ways to live with it. It's really interesting. I just find this theme a very interesting thing to explore right now, and it's just interesting to me that I've consumed 3 pieces of media that are all about that. It's just an odd time for those all to converge.
Leftovers, I just looked it up. 2014 to 2017.
Okay.
Then Weapons is this year. This documentary is this year.
And something that happened in 1991.
But I think coping with just loss is something that is going to be a bit more pertinent for the next handful of years, coming off of 2020, where we did lose a large number of people, and while we're back to normal, that doesn't mean that the grief process for people who lost family members, and not just family members and friends, but moments from their life.
Lost time.
Lost time from their life. The weddings, the proms, the funerals, the wakes, those types of major moments were lost. And I think you'll never get those moments back. But how do you now process it? I think I would expect we get more of these types of storytelling pieces here in the next, I don't know, maybe decade, as all of us sort of grapple with the things that we missed out on and the things that we lost during that pandemic.
And like the nonsensical nature of life. Not everything gets tied up with a bow. You don't get answers to everything. And both from of course you want answers, but then even when you get answers, what does that solve? That's the age-old philosophical question of the death penalty. There are some people out there when a loved one is murdered and you hope that they get the right person and that person is on death row and then eventually goes to get executed. And for some family members, they feel utmost importance that person, an eye for an eye, a life for a life. And then other people, I'm anti-death penalty. I ask for what, right? And that's a personal belief system that people hold. But I find that an interesting differing of a large opinion in life where some people feel the need for, hey, this really awful thing happened. I need something equally terrible to happen to the person that it happened to. But in reality, what does that solve? What does that change? And I'm not saying that for some people, I think it does give them some element of closure. And for other people, it does not. And that's an interesting little piece of humanity.
I'd be curious for somebody to sit down with one of the family members of somebody who was murdered and then had the murderer caught and then killed on death row. I'd be curious to know if they got that closure, why they felt like they got that closure. I think in the case of, what was the Oklahoma City bombing joint that came out?
I don't know what it's called. But
it's on the documentary.
We talked about that as we were watching this one too.
On Netflix. And I think that for some of them, it was, that type of evil, it would make me uncomfortable existing, knowing that type of evil was around. And then for others, to your point, it was like, they killed him. I felt like that was the easy way out for him.
Yeah.
He never had to truly grapple with or wrestle with what he.
But then you think of that level of evil. Can they grapple and wrestle?
And
do they have anything within them that would lead them to being not even remorseful, not even empathetic, just like feeling bad, sitting in a prison for the rest of their life, having to deal with that? Maybe they're built in a way where, okay, fine, I'm in solitary confinement, like whatever, sociopathic tendencies, whatever that may be. They have a situation in this docuseries where it's just an old clip from a talk show that the parents were on. And they asked one lady, they were down one of the many leads. They got 1 million leads on this case and made multiple arrests based on like false confessions. And they asked the lady, like, would this make you feel better? And one of the moms said, yes, absolutely. I need somebody behind bars. And the other mom was like, no. Like my daughter is still gone. It doesn't really matter to me. And just having two people who had the exact same thing happen to them have differing opinions on what should happen in the process of this. Anyway, you should watch it. It's great. Okay. Good time. What are you watching?
Did you watch Hunting Wives?
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Somebody in the chat said that Hunting Wives is...
Okay. Yes, I watched Hunting Wives on the treadmill yesterday.
Okay.
2.5 episodes in,
All right.
which I know isn't far, but they're hour-long episodes, and it's hard for me to watch things in the middle of the afternoon. I wrote, Hunting Wives. This show is absolute, glorious, bottom-of-the-barrel trash.
Oh. Whoa.
Insane pilot episode.
Hold on. Put it in the documentary. Go ahead.
Trash in the best of ways. They'll just take the trash. Best of ways. I am all in. Pilot episode alone. Guns, sex, church, politics, a felony, unrequited lesbian love, Baylor basketball, Mean Girls, older women flirting with high school boys, taking off purity rings, murder, full frontal nudity, and threesomes. And then the second episode starts with a bunch of pigs and a dead body. What more could you want? They called the hogs. They called the hogs on this dead body. I wrote down one quote. Open marriages are for liberals. We do it the old-fashioned way. If he sees a girl we both like, we go for it. What? This show is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
How ridiculous, though? But because isn't that what they do? Like, what's the Farmwell guy?
Oh no, it feels like a giant piece of satire on.
Didn't his wife had a little lover? He knew about.
Probably.
No, not probably. Like, yeah, the remember he had to step down.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, so they are doing it the right way.
Okay, so this one is based in Texas, and the premise is a woman and her husband move from Cambridge, Massachusetts to Texas, and she worked in Democratic politics. It's like every trope, it's a trope-filled smorgasbord. And so they moved to Texas, and her husband works for a guy, and the way you're introduced to the husband's boss is he's throwing like a gala of sorts or a fundraiser for the NRA at his house, and he's flirting with like diving into politics. And a friendship blossoms between his wife and the woman from Massachusetts, and like she gets invited into her circle, and then there's like all these women who have maybe lesbian relationships with one another. Maybe they're just friends. I don't know. But then also have relationships with high school boys. Okay. I don't know. Don't worry. He's 18. He's legal. Still hot. But he also has a girlfriend. Turn up. And my favorite part is she literally takes off her purity ring. She's like, take my purity ring. I'm like, what is happening? Oh. They're like a big mega church. There's a pastor wife storyline. Yeah. So it's all leading to solving. A murder happens. You don't know who's murdered. You just keep seeing this dead body in the woods, and there's all these different things. They go to a honky tonk. They take body shots. She like licks her. Turn up. There's like full sex. Listen. Yeah. Insertion? No. Okay. But you see a lot. Okay. I really like Malin. I think Malin Ackerman is her name. I really enjoy her. She was in 27 Dresses. She's the sister in 27 Dresses. She was in Billions. She's in my favorite show, The Comeback. And I think she's great. I love when she pops up in things. The woman from This Is Us, the bigger woman. Okay. Sorry, that was a mean way to describe her.
But that's a physical trait.
Yeah, that's how
okay, go
anyway,
ahead.
she's in it. She's an interesting character, and she's like ostracized by the like quote unquote stereotypical beautiful Southern women, and her daughter is ostracized because of her. Who else is in it who I know? I feel like Brittany Snow. No, not Brittany Snow. I get them confused.
Brittany Mahomes?
No. Oh. Hold on. What's her
Brittany
name?
Spears?
It's really gonna bother me. Is it Brittany Snow? It is Brittany Snow.
Okay.
It is Brittany Snow.
All right.
She was in like Pitch Perfect. I haven't seen Brittany Snow in a long time. I feel like she kind of disappeared.
Have you seen all of Brittany Snow in this?
No,
Okay.
but I've seen parts.
Okay.
And I've seen her doing things to herself.
Turn up. In 2 episodes?
2.5, but yes.
Oh,
she really likes the wife of this person. She's like a reformed party girl.
Oh.
She used to drink. She used to drive.
Oh.
Now she does neither.
Now she just
And her
hangs out
husband's
with the
an
man in the boat.
a-hole.
Okay.
Don't really like her husband. Dermot Mulroney. He was in My Best Friend's Wedding. That's what I know him as. Anyway, there you go. What are you watching before you go to your very important meeting? King of the Hill.
Listen. There was a moment in King of the Hill yesterday, and I feel like once every episode, there's a moment in the revival where I have to either rewind it or pause it because I am laughing so loud. My fear was they would just lean so heavily on the nostalgia hit that it just wouldn't be anything to write home about. Or they would go so far away from the nostalgia hit that it's just like, okay, it's a completely different show now with basically different characters. And they have blended both so wonderfully, right? You're not aware of Cotton Hill.
No.
Cotton Hill is Hank's daddy. He killed 50 men, and it's said like that, 50 men. He killed 50 men during World War II, and he had his shins blown off during the war. He talks all the time during the regular King of the Hills episodes about shin jelly. It just randomly gets mentioned. Woman, bring me my shin jelly. Just randomly gets mentioned.
Okay.
The one episode starts, and he passed away. He died during the original King of the Hill run, not during the revival.
Okay.
And so the episode starts, and it is them sitting around like one of those places, class action lawsuits, right?
Yeah.
For the Shin Jelly Company, which lied like it was supposed to grow his shins back, but all it was Vaseline and hot sauce. And that's how the episode starts. It's like, oh, callback. I remember that moment. The way that they bring him in, because Cotton was such a looming character on the show, the way that they still use that character, even though he's gone, still superb.
Okay.
There was a great episode. The last episode that I watched was one of those like men groups, one of those like, I don't know, what's his name, Andrew Tate type situations where it is, what's the problem in our life? We're going to be real men. We're men out here.
Okay.
What's the problem? Women. And Hank's like, whoa, wait a damn minute. My wife, my mom, the people who deliver my propane, they're wonderful women. You guys might need to change how you do things. So it's just, those jokes are great. Seeing Bobby be grown and mature. And one of the things I was curious about how they were going to do was Bobby not being, this isn't a spoiler, you find out first episode. Everybody else is in college. Bobby isn't. Bobby went straight from high school straight into the workforce, and seeing him have that sort of a work ethic is like, oh, Hank and Peggy put that work ethic into him, but they are odd. They are very clearly oddballs. Bill is still in love with Peggy. He's got, there's a great episode with the black barbershop that is hilarious. All in all, I love this thing, this revival.
I love how much you love this revival.
I can't wait to get home and watch more episodes. I'm purposefully stopping myself from watching all of it to prolong this sensation of joy. I love it.
That's beautiful.
It's superb. The other thing I'm watching, Eyes of Wakanda, really good.
Okay.
So it follows this group of Wakandans through time and around the globe as they grab treasures that have left Wakanda somehow. And when I first heard about it, the treasures leaving Wakanda, I'm thinking, okay, Wakanda's in Africa, treasures leaving. Oh, it's just gonna be Wakanda and Western Europe. That's all it's going to be. And no, it's so much more than that. The first episode, you get somebody who is of Polynesian/Samoan descent. Not really sure what the difference is, forgive me, but a Pacific Islander out there. You've got them in ancient Egypt fighting with Norse people as well. There's an episode where the artifact ends up in China, episode where we talked about it earlier this week, Achilles and the Trojan War. So they are literally, the last one I watched, the episode 4 is superb the way that it ends. But that episode starts in Ethiopia. So it's like, oh, they really are going all over. And I like the way that it connects each episode, not like beat you over the head with the connection, but it's like, oh, I remember that character from the last episode. And that's the tie-in to this episode. Disney, I forget who was talking about it in the MCU, but one of the MCU higher-ups was talking about some of the issues with the Marvels movie. And they were like, hey, this was the first time we relied heavily, solely, because 2 of the Marvels were in Disney Plus TV shows. This was the first time we relied solely on the Disney TV shows to try and carry a movie. Captain Marvel, the first movie, did great. We thought, okay, everybody knows that character. They'll know these 2 other characters because of the Disney Plus TV shows, and nobody went out to see it because we didn't, as a collective, I love both of them, but as a collective, we didn't rock with those TV shows, and nobody had the connection to the characters. Marvel was thinking, hey, we can use the Disney Plus shows to build characters up that people will then want to see in movies, and that hasn't been the case. And so my curiosity with the Eyes of Wakanda was, okay, what are they going to do? Are they going to try and connect everything back to something? And so far, no. It's just standalone things that are happening. Sure, you get a cameo of a pretty prominent Marvel hero, but outside of that, like it's just really good storytelling for 30-minute segments. They are connected by like one character here or there, from that episode to the next episode, but outside of that, it's just really good storytelling. It's captivating.
Cool,
I love the animation style as well, and I think Marvel has decided to pivot away from using the Disney Plus TV shows to try and build more into the movie component of things. So it's really, really good.
I like that. I might check that out. Add it to my list. I got to finish The Hunting Wives first. Sorry. My new guilty. I haven't had a guilty pleasure.
I got one. And it's King of the Hill.
Find something you love as much as CJ loves the remake of King of the Hill. All right, that'll do it for this Tuesday. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Diana Taurasi, for not hating me. And thank you, Taylor Swift, as always. We will be back tomorrow. It'll be a Wednesday. I feel like I had something for us to do on Wednesday. I'll figure out what it is. We'll see you then. Have a good one. Bye.
Hurry up and get to that meeting.
Performance improvement.